What about those unused proceeds, the boot money? The 1031 exchange originated, literally hundreds of years ago when property owners bartered for property. It was a negotiation, truly, in its best form. Farmers would trade land for livestock and oxen for money. These additional terms were known as boot. The 1031 exchange in the U.S., it originated in 1921. It was the first like-kind exchange authorized as part of the Revenue Act of 1921. So when the United States Congress created Section 202C of the Internal Revenue Code, that's when they decided that this was the best opportunity for you to be able to continue to grow an investment portfolio. Yes, early in the 1900s, people understood what they needed to do to make money. Today, cash or mortgage debt that's not replaced in the exchange is known as equity or mortgage boot. This is what you will always pay the taxes on. This is a chunk of what would have been the capital gains, and that's what you're going to be taxed towards. Can you use 1031 proceeds to make repairs or replacement property? Simple answer, no. Are there some gray areas in there? Yeah, but I'm not going to discuss them, not in this classroom. Any repairs to the replacement property must be paid from additional funds or loans. In some circumstances, the 1031 improvement exchange will allow for repairs to get the property up to a certain expectation before it is used as a rental, for example. But they require a lot more planning and expertise than a typical 1031. I am not versed in that at all, but I understand there are plenty of accountants that do it. So make sure to follow the right advisement of the appropriate people. I'm going to stay in my lane. And then finally, can a 1031 exchange be used to pay for fees? The IRS only allows fees that are required to purchase the replacement property be paid from the proceeds of the relinquished property. So again, if it's all a part of that transaction, chances are, yeah, you should be okay. But these fees include the title fees, the real estate taxes, property insurances, the escrow fees. There are some things that are redlined that are not included in that, but ultimately your QI and your title company are going to know what all those are. The rules for them are very straightforward. Property inspections, just to give you a couple: appraisals, surveys, loan origination fees. That's a big one for a lot of you working the investments right now with these interest rates. These are not considered as a requirement and must be paid out of pocket in any 1031 exchange. So if somebody thinks that they're going to do this without paying the other appropriate people in measure, that's not going to happen. So it's not a buy a new piece of property with no money out of pocket opportunity. It's an opportunity to, again, defer taxation on capital gains. So let's wrap it up. What's the bottom line? Bottom line is, if we as real estate agents are going to work with real estate investors or property owners that are going to become real estate investors, they need to know the ins and outs of the 1031 exchange, or they are going to cost themselves unnecessarily as they are building their portfolio. Real estate properties are continuing to rise in price. As that continues, the 1031 exchange is going to become more and more common. We are not seeing a decrement in the price of housing in the state of Florida. Sure, you get a couple of blips out there still because people are overpricing their property, but those properties aren't selling, and they're an anomaly if they do. So more common, investors are going to need agents who can guide them through a successful 1031 exchange process. There's money to be made there. You can absolutely charge extra for those expertise and your knowledge of how you can manage those wickets with those people so that they don't make mistakes. If any of you are interested in doing a 1031 class like this for investors directly, I am super interested in doing a web series like this, not only a class for us, but an open opportunity for people that want to do business with Keystone can get an idea or just a little bit of a tickler of the kind of knowledge that we bring to the table and why it's smarter to do business with a brokerage like ours than just a traditional real estate brokerage.